He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming today. So we'll do a little chanting here, and I've got a new platform here we're broadcasting on called Your Spot. So it's a like Facebook, and it's like they don't do any censorship and stuff like that. It's not a government thing. So it's kind of nice. Everybody can check it out. It's YORE Spot. And, you can download the app and see, because we might be broadcasting on that too regularly. Yeah. Okay. So let's chant to some music here for a little bit. We'll start out like that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, Radha, Krishna, 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 Radha, Radha, Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, 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 Radhe. Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, 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 Govinda, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Nityananda, 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 Gora Chandra, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Oh my Lord, Gauranga. Oh my Lord, Gauranga, Gauranga. Oh my Lord, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hey Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna. Oh Radhe Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe. Radhe, Radhe, Krishna. Oh my Lord Radhe Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe. Radhe Krishna. Oh my Lord Radhe Krishna, 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 Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe. Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna, Radhe, Radhe Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radha, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe. Oh my Lord Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe. Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Radhavasa Sudhi.
There's a crackling, Maharaj.
Krishna. Krishna. Is it choppy sound? Is it okay? How about anybody else out there? It could be John
It
Andres.
was, Maharaj.
It
seems to settle down.
Not good. Aha. Nice and clear now. Okay. Better. All right. Obeisances to the direction that faces Vishnu Banu's daughter. When the breeze coming from that direction playfully moves the edge of the garment, of his garment, Lord Krishna, who cannot be attained by even the kings of the yogis, thinks that his life has now become a great success. Obeisances to the glory of Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. Actually, let me read something else. Tenth Canto. Let's try it without the music here. The Gopis Search for Krishna, chapter 30, in the 10th canto. Shukadev Goswami said, when Lord Krishna disappeared so suddenly, the Gopis felt great sorrow at losing sight of him, like a group of female elephants who have lost their mate.
Sorry.
As the cowherd women remembered Lord Krishna, their hearts were overwhelmed by his movements and loving smiles and playful glances and enchanting talks, and by the many other pastimes he would enjoy with them. Thus absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, the Lord of Ram, the Gopis began acting out his various transcendental pastimes. Because the beloved gopis were absorbed in thoughts of their beloved Krishna, their bodies imitated his way of moving and smiling, his way of beholding them, his speech, and his other distinctive features. Deeply immersed in thinking of him and maddened by remembering his pastimes, they declared to one another, I am Krishna. Singing loudly of Krishna, they searched for him throughout the Vrindavan forest, like a band of mad women. They even asked the trees about him, who, as the Supersoul, is present inside and outside of all created things. Just like the sky. The gopi said, I'm also not into this. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? Maybe some basic things or something here. Let's try something else. Prayers by Queen Kunti. Chapter 8 in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sorry I'm bouncing around. My mind is fickle today. Sutta Goswami said, thereafter the Pandavas, desiring to deliver water to their dead relatives who had desired it, went to the Ganges with Draupadi. Therefore, and the ladies walked in front. Yeah, I guess I feel like I'm into decoding stuff. Sometimes like I look at this verse, I said, "Yep, that's so conclusive, man." Hey, let's analyze this. Sutta Goswami said, thereafter the Pandavas, desiring to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it. Yeah. See, the desiring. See, it's two-way street. See, dead relatives, that's everybody. See, in the eyes of God, we're all his relatives, but we're dead. We're dead in the modes. We're dead under the three modes of nature. Isn't it nice to have knowledge? I think that's so amazing, so interesting. People don't have this knowledge, man. They're dead in the modes. Zombified. See? And the Pandavas desired to give water to their dead relatives. What does water represent? See? The truth. See? Especially ecstatic emotion, man. That's the water. It revives you. Even in that poem with Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, that Radharani revives Krishna with her touch, with her water, with her devotion, with her bhakti. Doesn't it revive us? Aren't we alive because of devotion and this bhakti? See, so desiring to give water to the dead relatives. So that's preaching. That's Lord Caitanya's mood. See, that's the Sankirtan movement. See, otherwise people are dead. They don't even know it. See, but see, desiring to give this water to the dead relatives who were desiring it. There we go. Gets more clear. Huh? A lot of people are, actually everybody's desiring it, but they don't know. Some people are just, they believe, they believe in illusion. They believe in Maya's illusion. Oh yes, she promised me. She promised me that she's going to give me water and revive me with this goal, with this dream, with this teacher. with this teaching. See? And you get something usually, but is it really it? Is it really the true vine that Jesus was talking about? Is it really Bhakti Lata Bij? See, Bhakti Lata Bij, it's a seed of devotion. It starts with a seed. You know, you don't grow an apple tree from a carrot seed, right? It needs to be the right seed. You need an apple seed. It's the same thing. Bhakti Lata Bij, that tree, what kind of tree are you growing in this world? Usually they're mundane seeds, mundane trees. Trees of things that grow that are temporary and then they perish. See, this bhakti tree is the only thing that's when it's planted here in this world, because it's the true vine. See, it's the vine that lasts forever. See, this grows and it grows and it grows and it grows luxuriantly. And even at the time of the death of the body, it continues to grow forever. See, Narada Muni is a perfect example of that in the Bhagavatam. His last life, which is yours, many of yours this is your last life. Because you're having the qualifications that you read about in the Bhagavatam. Narada Muni, he heard the Vedas from the qualified speakers, the modes of nature washed away. He became very attracted to the holy name and began chanting that all the way to the end of his life. And then when his body was ready to be dropped, just like lightning flashed, and then he had already attained his transcendental form. It just manifested as his true form forever. Okay? Many people are at that stage already. Okay? Quickly, you know why you got it quicker? Narada Muni didn't have Sadhu Sangha, not much. He just had it in the beginning, and then he spent his whole life chanting and going alone. See, this speeds up the process. And also Lord Caitanya came after Narada Muni, so he's giving even a deeper ras than what was given then. It's all by association. We're associating with the most intimate devotees of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna through awareness, through that being our meditation. Therefore, their love becomes manifest in us. See, the love of God is not in most people in the world. 99.9% of the people don't have the love of God in them. Why? Because they have the love of the world in them. They've been cultivating that. They don't know any better. It makes you a walking zombie, the walking dead, because the modes of nature are not considered really life. Jesus said, I have life, I can give it to you abundantly. See, that's that Holy Spirit. That's the real life of even Krishna, isn't it? His life is the Spirit. His life is his devotees. Devotion. See, devotees in this world or in any worlds are the life of the Lord. Because it's devotion. It's the devotional potency. It's the essence of everything. It's the essence of knowledge. Knowledge is born of devotion. See? And devotion is born of knowledge. You need to be directed, not misdirected away from it, right? You got to be directed towards it. You see how it's part of the absolute truth, knowledge and devotion. Hare Krishna. Intimacy develops. You can't say we are the most intimate devotees. That's kind of like that's putting the cart before the horse. How about it's a becoming thing. It's a relationship. The relationships develop. It's not like I'm just right there. No, Hey man, you're developing your relationship with Krishna Vrindavan. See? Sutta Goswami, having lamented over them, the desire to who desired it, went to the Ganges with Draupadi. The ladies walked in front. See, the ladies walked in front. You know what Krishna said? I saw this also in that movie in 1979 about Gopal Krishna. Krishna says to Radharani, your name will always come before mine. See, Hare Krishna. Why? Devotion first. See, devotion comes and then Krishna manifests. Because he's attracted to devotion, not attracted to anything else. Devotees, devotion, that's why, you know, this world was saved from Hiranyakashipu because of one devotee, very exalted devotee, Prahlad. It attracted the attention of the Lord. Otherwise, the Lord wouldn't be interested. It just, let it go on. That's why the devotees are sent here. It attracts the attention of the Lord. That's why, what do you think we're here for? To attract the attention of the Lord, because without the Lord, the devotee can't do anything. And the Lord is thinking, hey, without my devotees, I can't do anything here. I don't want to do anything here. I like to act with my devotees, only with them. See that verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Only with them do I engage in the Sankirtan movement, in the congregational chanting of the holy name. Only with them. That could be one person chanting the holy name, and the Lord is with them. And then there's two, and then there's three, and look how many people we're 18 already watching. See, this is an exclusive club. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, it's a clique. Yes, it's a clique. Yeah, we know all about cliques. Cliques, we can't get in exclusive clubs. You need lots of money. No, well, this is the best club you're ever going to run into in this whole universe, man. Because this club, all you have to do is just agree to enter. That's your membership. You desire? Do you want this water? Are you one of those dead relatives out there? Can you admit you're dead? Can you admit it? You're just a dead in the modes of nature, passion, goodness, and ignorance. No, I'm in a mode of goodness, man. I believe in angels and I believe in astrology to save me. Well, there's no hope for you. Give me some other dead person, man, dead in the mode of ignorance even. Are you dead in the mode of ignorance? Yeah, man, I'm ready, man. I got no hope, man. I think you're my only hope. Okay, you desire the water. Okay, come here, get the water. Here, take a nice drink. You see how this works? The Lord is powerful. He could save anybody who will agree to be saved. Agree to come out of the walking dead. You want to come alive? Why do you think Jesus preached like he did? I'm the way, the life, and the truth. Whoever believed that was very fortunate, because he was, and he is. Especially the living representative, the real guru. You must be like that. You must not tell lies like all these living dead persons, like the politicians and like the religious leaders. They're living dead persons. You need a living live person in this world which has real eternal life in their body, in their temple, my friends. That's your wake-up call. Otherwise, you're sleeping. Is SCHE? Of course I'm developing. Krishna's developing. This is Mayavadi thing, I'm just enlightened and that's it. And, they're still dead. In the eyes of the Lord, you're just superficial. You're external devotees. You're just Mayavadis. You just believe in the oneness of God. That's not the full me. That's only my radiance, my little energy coming off my real body, the real who I really am. true conception of myself. Isn't that a great verse? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that perfect? See, this is choice poetry, this Bhagavatam. All these books, Bhagavad Gita, all these things, choice truth, man. Really essential truth, man. Everybody's dead in the modes, man. Who desires this water? I desire to give it. My Lord desires to give it and has authorized it. Okay, all it takes is two to tango, man. Who out there desires it? Do you desire this water there, River, Tom? Hey, that's all it is, man. And then we'll give it because that's the time. This is where we're here to give it. But people, the problem is people, they don't know the value of this water. This water will give you eternal life that we have. We have eternal life here. Even in this world, you can see this is where do you find lively discussions like this? Where do you find such truth, the essence of truth being discussed? Well, that's where the Lord is. That's where the Lord's transcendental manifestation is. That's where his pastimes are. This Sangha, you remember we read, somebody read Janaki or something? Janaki read in the pastimes, Lord Caitanya performed his pastimes 550 years ago, but the common people did not understand those pastimes. They didn't realize them. They couldn't see them. Even though they saw, they didn't see. Only the devotees who had faith in Lord Caitanya received the gift because of their faith. You got the power to see, got the mercy to see and relish the pastimes of Lord Caitanya. Why, you think that's any different here? Anybody here, you come and listen for 30 days and let us convince you how true it is here, how this is more true than anything you've seen or heard in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Math, in the Gaudiya Samiti, in Christianity, in Muslims, in anywhere, in the Sufis, in anything that you consider great and fantastic, in Tony Robbins, in Buddhism. I show you my Lord is more powerful than them all. I mean, that's his manifestations, all those things I mentioned, but they're less. Lord Caitanya is the latest incarnation with the latest revelation hot off the press of the absolute truth. And it is hot, man. There's nobody hotter than that. The revelation of Lord Caitanya is fantastic. It's the most amazing. It's the most powerful. It's the most truthful, the essence of the truth of the truths. It is the master of all masters. It is the teaching of all teachings. Why wouldn't it be? He's the latest incarnation. Wasn't Jesus' teaching back then, 2,000 years, the teaching of all teachings, the essence of truth back then? Why, it shouldn't be any different that Lord Caitanya, oh no, only Jesus is the only one. Oh, that's because you're inconclusive out there, you Christians. You don't understand how the Lord works. You're very narrow-minded still. You need your mind open. You come here, we'll open it like a can opener. Closed-minded. We'll take you out of the box into the mind of the Lord, the more expansive Lord, with a more expanded understanding, a deeper level of intelligence, a deeper logic and clarity, and love too. The best thing, devotion. See, everything's in that verse. Having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganges water, they bathed in the Ganges, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. See, the waters of the Ganges. The Ganges is a person, actually. She's a lady. See, her waters are sanctified because her tears washed the lotus feet of the Lord, the real conception of the Lord. They're his names. his pastimes. She washes those, and she's become sanctified. She's been touched by the Lord. She touches the Lord touches her. Just like when Nimai was sitting on the pot of the heap of rejected pots. And his mother said, come down from that dirty place. He says, no, I've touched these pots. Anything I touch becomes powerful enough to purify the universe. Have you been touched by the Lord, should be the question. Do you know the symptoms of somebody touched by the Lord, should be your question, your inquiry. Has my guru been touched by the Lord? Has the poopy pope been touched by the Lord and transformed from poop to pope? And the same goes for these guys in ISKCONs and all these. Otherwise, is a gone, and the real ISKCON appears here. Who is ISKCON? Prabhupada is ISKCON. Who is the propagator of ISKCON? Yeah, he's somebody in line with Prabhupada, right? We're here, you know. Otherwise, it's a con, man. It's a con. You want to come to ISKCON or ISKCON? ISKCON is somebody that says they're Guru Dev and taking disciples like Prabhupada did, and him being Guru Dev and spiritual master, right? He was. And you take that position and you're not like Prabhupada because you didn't get his mercy. You didn't get the mercy of the Parampara. You don't have ecstatic love like Prabhupada. You know what you are? You're ISKCON. You just have to say the word right like that. ISKCON. Now, they're conning you, man. That ain't true. He can't deliver you. Radhanath, and I'll say to your face, man, all of you, Jai Pataka, do you have the same love that Prabhupada has? Do you have ecstatic devotion that he had? Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, everybody in the real Shiksha line? If you don't, you're ISKCON, man. You're conning everybody. It's not true. Your concepts, your teachings are all speculation. They're not agree with the real conclusions of the disciplic line. See, by deed. Was Prabhupada by deed an ecstatic devotee? We all know that, right? Was Bhakti Siddhanta? Was it Bhakti Vinod? That was the source of their power. It's that bhakti, that devotion. As is Gohari? Is he an ecstatic devotee like Prabhupada like that? Well, there you found the real line if the answer is yes. If it's no, then go away because this is not the real line then. You should apply this standard. I ain't afraid to tell you the truth, even if I would be thrown away. Truth is truth. I stand by the truth. If you stand by illusion, how are you going to find the truth? I stand by the truth. I'll die for the truth. Why not? What else do you got but the truth? If you stand by illusion, well, yeah, you're going to die anyway. You might as well better to die in the truth than to die in illusion. If you die in the truth, you live forever. If you die in illusion, come back to this world again to try to get it right. And that's what most of those Vaishnavas in ISKCON and all those groups are going to do. Even their own gurus tell them it'll be many lifetimes before they'll attain prema, which will deliver you out of this universe, which my students, many of them have already. Otherwise, it's a con, man. It's a con game. Maya's always conning everybody. You got to be steady. You got to be in the absolute truth, man. Sat Chit Ananda. Without the Ananda, that pure prema, you won't have clarity, man. You got to be Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. To those who worship the Lord with prema bhakti or loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. That's who you got to go to get the right understanding. I give them real knowledge. Read the whole verse with the word for word. I give them real knowledge and real ecstasy to find their way back home. And if you listen to them, you also find your way back home. That's Guru. Are you like that, Mr. Patakas and Radhanas? Are you respectable? Can I give you respect? I'll do that if you're like that. If you're not like that, it's a con, man. You're just conning people. It's time to wake up. This is called the apocalypse, where apocalypse means everything is revealed. The path is revealed. If I didn't do this, if I didn't put you in your places, the path would not be revealed and people would be following all that. Hundreds, the masses going into the darkness of inconclusive understanding of the absolute truth, not in the vision of the revealed scriptures. And I'm not going to let that happen on my watch. There sat the king of the Kurus, Maharaj Yudhisthira, along with his younger brothers, the Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there, citing the stringent laws of the Almighty and their reactions upon living beings. Lord Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. See, and do you see how much stronger things are now? Look at that, pastimes. Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, everything is dwarfed from that. He gives more revelation, more realizing. You see any of us steeped in grief because of our dead relatives? We're in transcendental happiness, and it's our pleasure to just, we can do something about it, man. Hey, man, just everybody, you're on Facebook Live, man. We're broadcasting on about 5 platforms. You can come alive. Come take this water. You want to come alive? Do you desire life? You want to live everlasting? Well, that's the promise here, and this promise comes true. Come check it out. No blind beliefs. Come here for 30 days. This will be the best investment of your time, and don't have to charge you any money. We just charge you your time. You pay with your attention. Yeah, everybody's got a little attention. Stop looking at Maya so much all day long, day and night. Stop looking at religion day in, day out. Stop serving religion day in and day out. And come here and bust through religion. Enter the realm of worship in spirit, the devotional spirit, the Holy Spirit, and in the conclusive truth. Oh, there ain't nothing like this. Oh, this is the greatest rush you're ever going to find. I can't believe it. I chant the holy name now. I listen to that name, and my God, have I found happiness. That's why I say I'm still growing, man. I'm just going to increase. I won't consider myself getting until I'm starting to be more like Lord Caitanya, like he was immersed, for 3 days he'd be unconscious. Now we're talking about some advancement. But look how much room, even at the small point Gaur Das is at, or many of you, you're already liberated souls. This goes on forever, man. The world rejects you in that sense. They don't want you. What are you going to do? Maya doesn't, you don't belong here anymore. Move on. You're done. Just give me back your anger and hatred and your illusions. Just give me back, and I'll give them to somebody else. You're steeped in the truth now, many of you. You just go on like that forever. No place for you in this universe. Not even as a demigods. They're all in their illusions too. They get these charismatic people here. They're the controllers. See, the demigods and the demons, they control the material world. Sometimes the demons are in charge, sometimes the demigods. The demons usurp their power, by hook or crook and cheating, and then they control the human beings. And sometimes by the austerity, the demigods, they overcome the demons. See, right now, the demons have leveraged technology. See, and they become more powerful than the demigods who got a little lazy in their austerities. But it's all a lie. The whole thing is a lie. That's why ultimately Krishna will attract everybody to the truth. Why wouldn't, the truth is very attractive, man. It makes you more intelligent. It makes you everybody's trying to be, they're looking after control. They're looking after to be intelligent. They're looking at to love the most beautiful thing in the world. They want to have the most love for money, the most love for some movie star. See, they want to grow their love, but that's see, that's not the truth. The truth is you're an illusion. That growth of that is just going to cause you misery forever. See, that's the truth. Part of it. The other part is the part is how you get free of that is start loving God. God is a person. God is his name. He's non-different than his name. Chant his name like we do and just look at the wonderful drunken, intoxicating ecstasy that has no karma, karma-free, ecstatic drunkenness. Come on, where are you going to get something better than that? A karma-free drug that makes you not dull, it makes you more intelligence. It's the psychedelic of psychedelics. You become more intelligent than the greatest shaman that do these ayahuasca trips. It is more pure, more purifying, more powerful. It gets more purified than that frog poison people are putting in themselves to get purified. Oh, this is a purification better than that. And you don't have to throw up. Have you heard about that frog poison? Then they get these frogs that bite you, that poison. They put this frog poison in you, and then you start throwing up. This is a big thing here in Tulum. Everybody's spending all this big money, to get purified. Yeah, you should come here and chant the holy name with us in this association, and you'll get more purified than 1,000 frog poisons that you put in you, which who knows what it can do to you ultimately. Put in the supreme purity. You see, we got the supreme, you got to put poison in you to get purified. We put in the supreme purity in you and to be purified. This has got less of an edge. Yeah. Then they take ayahuascas and all these other psychedelic drugs to become more enlightened. And, who could do psychological damage. Who the heck knows, This here is safe and sane. Lord Caitanya is a safe bridge to the spiritual world. Chaitanya Bhagavat says that right in that book. Safe bridge to the spiritual world. It's been so safe for me. It's amazing, man. There's no danger in this. Everything else has some danger because Lord Caitanya is perfect. His path is perfect. His name is perfect. His devotees are perfect in that way because the Lord uses them. It's the Lord speaking through them. When they're at least in a mature condition, at least mature enough. And you can check it. You can check. Are they conclusive? Is it what they say conclusive? You can check. We have the books to even check that stuff. Give us a word there, River.
So, like, if we say to them, go and check what we're saying.
Let's see if it's me. I might be my thing here. Let's see. Go ahead, say something.
Hello, Hare Krishna.
Okay, it was me. Okay. Just a second, let me take this thing off. Okay, go ahead.
When you were just saying, go and check what we say in the books. Go and see what we're saying. And when they read it, they don't see they cannot connect because they're seeing the superficial words of what we're saying or what you're saying to what is in the books. Because they kind of, in ISKCON, they kind of read this superficial words and they say it means that, whereas you're speaking from the heart, deep from the heart, and bringing out these gifts from these words. You know, you pull that. So I know there's quite a lot of things that we can check with what we're doing, and we can show that, and you're showing that. It's just that bit where they'll go and check it and they'll go, no, it doesn't say that. You know, because they're not feeling it from the heart.
Let me clarify that though. Let me clarify that a little bit first. Not necessarily. See, the problem that people have when they read on their own is that's when they speculate. But if they hear the truth, like if I say something and then I say, check it. If you have real desire to really see, the Lord will help you now that you heard it. The whole problem is people don't hear it first. They still could if they hear it and then they, you know, because they're envious and jealous and all that still too much, they might not accept it. But, you know, if they have a proper heart and the Lord helps them because they heard it, they will see it. Like that's why it works here. Those who are looking the truth, they may not have understood the truth before in the books directly, but now they hear it and then they check it and they can get it. And then you also check with the experience of the devotees, the witnesses. See, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. See, Guru is here, Shastra is here, and Sadhus. You're the Sadhus who are witnesses saying, yeah, we followed this path and we're getting this result. Yeah. This is the best Guru Sadhu Shastra I've seen ever in the whole Vaishnava movement, because they're all there. Where do you see Sadhu? The only place you'll see Sadhu is where love of God is manifested. The only place where you'll see Guru, where you can be assured of it, is where love of God is manifest. The only place where you'll see Shastra really true is where the Shastra is and where the Guru is speaking of it, and the Sadhus are reading it and confirming it too. See, this is the only place in Vaishnavism ever, even when Prabhupada was here, because all they had was Guru, and then they had Shastras, and he didn't reveal the confidential truth of many things with his word. He just put it in his books and left that for us. And then you don't have any sadhus much, except maybe Jayananda or one of those kind of devotees, one of those rare devotees, because they can't confirm it because love of God isn't manifest. See, the pure understanding of Guru Sadhu Shastra is Guru Sadhu Shastra, and that means love has to be there. Love has to be there. That means the realization of the Shastras will be there, and the devotional experience will be there for both sadhus and Guru. And the Guru is the big brother. He's the one who brings sadhus closer and awakens them and nourishes them until they become Guru also. See? And then start the process again. All it takes is one Guru, and see, that's why Prabhupada basically waited, because his mission, write the books, it's teamwork, man. The Lord knew, he knows past, present, future. He knew this would happen now, where we would be preaching from those books, in the vision of the revealed scriptures, and waking up many devotees. Look at you guys are waking up. You were all in ISKCON, not all of you, but many of you are in ISKCON. You could be in anywhere. You could be being ISKCON, and then we take the con away and give you ISKCON, the real ISKCON. The real ISKCON is the conclusive truth explained. See, so Prabhupada was setting up the stage, and we're here to dance on that stage. Yeah, it's all set up now. We're dancing, man. We're performing on the stage, man. Chaitanya Leela teachings now. It's all set up. Books, thank you very much, Prabhupada. He gave me the order, right? Yeah, Gaur Haridas, 1996. You are doing exactly what I want you to do. Yeah, this has my full, it didn't say my approval, my full approval. You do more of that. He was so excited and so blissed out. Point his finger, you do more of that. Come on, let's get this thing finished. Let's get millions of devotees into the kingdom. Why not? All they have to do is we just have to tweak everything correctly. You know, and if you gurus will come first, hey man, you can get the glory. You always wanted the glory anyway. Well, why not get the real glory? You know, one guru coming here, one sannyasi coming here honestly, and hearing these truths and being enlivened and awakened by these truths and experiencing the Holy Spirit, which I haven't even seen one of them have. Not even one. Not Radhanath either. I'm sorry, I haven't seen him have. I not Prem Parojana, not any of those gurus. I haven't seen them. They don't even believe in the Holy Spirit. Narayan Raj didn't believe in the Holy Spirit. He told my disciple who went to them, there's no Holy Spirit. You guys don't have any idea what real Vaishnavism is in these guys. And if that breaks your faith in this, well, hey man, you got weak faith anyway, you know, so you might as well stay with weak people. Stay with weak devotees who are not real devotees yet. Real devotees have love of Krishna, otherwise you're not real. Hey, don't blame me for saying what Bhakti Vinod Thakur said. He said, you're not a real devotee till real pure devotion begins to awaken in your heart. Well, that's here and not anywhere else I've seen. You show me different. Show me one place. I could point out a couple of people I've seen with it, but you know, they're all caught up listening to the basically non-devotees who have envy and jealousy still. They're not smart enough to come here. That shows you need special mercy to move on deeper than that. Some people, they just, probably too traumatized by Maya or something. How to recognize if someone is your Gurudev? Well, that's the thing. You see, people are preaching. See, Krishna directs the wandering. See, Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, I'm seated in the heart of all living beings, and I direct the wanderings of all beings. So the gurus are preaching, right? They're preaching. Radhanath's preaching. Jayapataka, Christians are preaching. Some of them, Gohari Das is preaching also. See, I'm preaching my way. They're preaching their way. See? But not everybody's ready for this. They believe in illusion. If it's too strong a belief in illusion, if you believe in false acharyas and false spiritual masters who can't deliver you so hard that you believe that that's the truth, well, what can I do? I can still pray. I still do. I give you a chance. But somebody, maybe their faith is being a little bit broken. Seeing how many pedophiles are coming out of that group and how they're covering things up. How nobody has this, real deep understanding or real love, and how it's kind of just like a religious trip, like every other religious trip, ceremonies, and you're getting tired of just superficial worship of God. Well, maybe it's loosening up where you'll listen here. What? People say, you're offensive to gurus and all that stuff. I said, well, hey man, you judge a tree by its fruit, man. Well, why are these devotees so ecstatic with love of Krishna? If I'm such an offender of pure devotees. Why do we come here every day more than any of these gurus could ever preach in their lifetime? We come here every day, multiple times in a day. Why are the devotees getting so strong and ecstatic and blissful and having testimonies that not even one of their disciples can stand up and say what God and Guru is doing for them in their lives? Why is this happening here if this is such a bad tree, such an offender, Gaurahari Das? Why can I make you more logical than you can even dream about? Why? Because Krishna is really behind this. Prabhupada is really behind this. The real power of bhakti is behind this. The power of the absolute truth is behind this. That's why. But if you're weak still, and you've been weakened by the Maya too much, and you can't stand with strong people, and weak people influence you, what can we do? You know, all I still going to preach. They're preaching, I'm preaching. So whatever preaching the Lord will direct you to, you'll go. If you don't like this strength, you don't like this boldness, you don't like this clarity and truth and logic and ecstasy, well, you know, that's what I told that lady here. Oh, you don't care? You don't think this is a superior path? All right, go your way, man. I'm in the same city as her. She's lucky to get some association. Doesn't even care. That's the way people are. That's why I say, okay, stay in Maya, man. Stay with your angels and your ghosts and your astrologies and your belief in that. And I'll go my way. You go your way. Yeah, we got our preaching to do, man. That's what do you think? This is the way these are the way, you know, the way Jesus said, you go and you give them the message, this wonderful message, you know, that they could be delivered, they could get the Holy Spirit, and you knock on their doors, and they did, and they gave them the message. We don't care. Okay, shake the dust from your feet and move on.
Yeah, that's great. That's what I did yesterday. I knocked on the door.
Yeah.
I knocked on the door of a friend seen for a long time, and the setup was just amazing. It's transcendental. Not only was she to Krishna, her friend came along. A friend came into the house. We were singing Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopada Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. And a friend who's only coming round for like baths and showers says, "Have you lost your mind?" I said, "No, she's found her heart." And she said,
yeah.
"This is my friend, Govinda. He's my spiritual master. He's my guru." I'm like, and I said, and I'm introducing her to you. She's getting, oh, so this is your guru. I'm showing her, you know, what we're about, what we're doing, and she's liking it. It was just, and I said, friend took a shower and had gone. Now I'm obligated to do the best I can to help you. The guru's links, classes, please come along. And it kind of like, I feel you shared, people just naturally say to you, "You're my guru." I'm a guru. My heart is to lead people, and that's just happening. She's like the third person, and I feel very blessed, very honored, very privileged you've given me, and to help, just to help people. That's it, man. I'm just. She said to me, "Hey, Govinda, when you're out in the woods, if it gets on top, you've got a place to stay." So, you know, everything's sweet, good Harry. Thank you so much. I want to serve you. I want to serve you, your lotus feet, and bring people to your understanding, which is deeper than mine. You know, she asked. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, you know, this is teamwork, you know, and you share your understanding. Yeah, you share your understanding too. Yeah, you share your understanding too. It's all part of it. Yeah, so great. Hey, River, read the question of Fernando. Let's see what he has to say. Okay.
Externally, it could seem that the symbolic reading you do is not the as it is reading proposed by Prabhupada. Means Prabhupada criticized those who, when reading Bhagavad Gita, read the horses are the senses and Krishna is not Krishna. How will you justify your reading in front of this kind of objection?
Can you explain what he's saying? I don't quite. Or read it again. Read
okay,
that last part. The last part again.
Okay.
About the horses and stuff.
Okay. Means Prabhupada criticized those who, when reading the Bhagavad Gita, read the horses are the senses and Krishna is not Krishna. How will you justify your reading in front of this kind of objection?
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, First of all, it's all spontaneous. You know, whatever I say will be in the moment. You know, and people that are, if they're too stuck on their own opinion, it's not going to help. You know, because bhakti yoga, the real bhakti yoga, is you got to come in a submissive mood or inquiring. You know, like, okay, let me check it out. Let me honestly look. If you have a good heart, an honest heart, and you're looking for the truth, you'll have some openness. But if I'm like, say, in Mayavadi, I said, well, no, this is the way it is. Krishna is something else other than what Prabhupada said, and I'm just stuck on it. And that's what a lot of people do. A lot of Vaishnavas do. They have a misconception of what Prabhupada is meaning in the more deeper content, deeper understanding of what his writings are about. And they are stuck on it, and there's no room for this word. So what can be done? If I feel there's nothing going in, I just say, chant Hare Krishna and move on, because I ain't going to waste my breath. You know, it's like trying to push something in that nothing's coming. There's no room for it. Why would I want to effort? I like effortless. You know, spontaneous devotional service is more or less effortless. It should become more and more effortless. Comes spontaneous. It's like playing a flute, you know. You play it because you enjoy the music, you know. You just play the music, and then people enjoy it because you enjoy playing, and you get into it, and things come. That's the meaning of Krishna's flute playing. That's also preaching. That's also, you know, just basically being enjoyed by Krishna and enjoying Krishna. That's the flute and the flautist together, spontaneously. You know, and chanting Hare Krishna gets you to that point. If you chant in association with devotees, you get more and more hollowed out, like a flute getting hollowed out without less and less obstructions. And then the Lord is, you see, the Lord is the doer, man. And then you are part of that doing. You know, you have your place. It vibrates like a reed on a flute. It vibrates. You vibrate. It's beautiful. It's a dance. It's a song. It's an orchestration. You know, it's just how it is. You know, beautiful. I love it. Best path around. Yeah. So who was? Yeah. Anything else there, River?
Talking about demons, just quickly. There was Harry was back. Ian, Hare Krishna Daniels was back in, which is great actually, because it made Govinda's preaching really beautiful. He was asking all of these questions. You know, his anger is just still coming out. You saw his videos. You know, his anger is coming out. And he cannot understand, because of those blocks that you were just speaking about. He can't understand. He cannot embrace what Govinda was saying. He said it so beautifully, you know, spot on. And Hare Krishna Daniels, all he's calling us bullies. He said, we're just bullies, you know, because we're trying to convince. We're transcendental bullies, yeah. You know, but he cannot see that. He's like a child. He can't grow. What he's saying is like really childish things. We need to be able to grow to understand what Govinda was saying. And we can grow here, and he's not coming now. But you could see from how he was and his lack of understanding and what he was saying, you know, whatever's there, it just needs to be purified and let go of so he can understand. And it's the same for all of us. He makes it really clear, you know, the way he was, you know, showing his videos, and the anger was just streaming out. He's hugely angry. And when he comes to a place where he comes back down, and it's all of us, where he comes back down to this place where he's really nice. He's really lovely. He can't do enough for you, you know, and then he gets triggered, and that trigger is so huge. It's quite a lot actually, and it's like that for all of us, but in different degrees. And here, you know, that you're extinguishing that demon that takes that control for us. You're just extinguishing, because we are listening to you, and we're hearing with you, and we're staying here. And we're not allowing now those demons to take control, you know, because they just take us away from Krishna. And you can just see the difference of him and him actually being nice, coming to a place and getting triggered. then this huge energy, this really projecting, nasty, very kind of, you know, seems like he's the bully. It seems like he's the bully in this.
Yeah.
You know, but it happens to all of us. I see it in myself. I've seen it in other. It happens to Karuna. But now, for me, anyway, there's a distance, which is the greatest thing, Maharaj. You say, what other path do we want to go on? I don't want to go down the rabbit holes of material anxiety, and you know, because you just get hooked into these rabbit holes. And here, we're lifted up, we're growing and growing, we're seeing them ourselves. You know, the fact that we can grow here in this safe space that you bring to us. Wow. You know, this is why this is the great path. I mean, there are millions of reasons, but people can come here and they can have that safe house to actually in their own time go, oh, actually, this place is really great. It's actually really safe. And I can really get things out. There's things I'm hearing that I've never heard before. I'm getting pacified. You know, this safe space where the Krishna resides, for each and every one of us who listen, you know, attentively, our growth is just phenomenal, Maharaj. Growth is just, you are my father. My father hasn't been giving me any of these things to be able to grow like this. My spiritual father has done all of that. So I have my father, and that's nice. You know, he helps my body and more, actually. But here now, we have a family, we have a father, a mother to be able to grow. Now we are spiritually growing, and you know, this is our eternal path. And thank you for letting me on this path, Maharaj. But, you know, it's just, Maharaj, it's just like you can see, because of what's happening in you, we usually look at others, you know, and here we can turn around and look at ourselves, you know, and deal with those things we have, instead of always looking out there and blaming out there. And it's a transition, you know, from that as well here. We turn around to look at ourselves, you know, so Krishna can deal with us, so we can bring Krishna out, instead of just out there, you know, in the external. Everybody's just trying to arrange things in the external. I don't know what it is, but Krishna, he gets me to look at things for a while. I don't know why, until later on he'll reveal why he wants me to keep seeing the same thing, you know. And I like it. It's all right. Others wouldn't. And I like it. And it's like, you look at these famous people, you know, materially famous people, and they look beautiful. And they've had so much plastic surgery to look like that. And then they have that thick makeup that you were talking about yesterday on, and it's just external and external and external. It's like this outside external body, temporary body is building, and it's not really doing anything for us, but it's teaching me that in the internal spiritual body, with the wealth we receive here, is growing inside eternally. And you know, the difference of just what these people do with paraphernalia to manipulate people and make them think that they're great, when it's just external, to coming here and going within, you know, and building that inner body I've never had, building that now here and having a completely different life, you know, building the spiritual body with this devotion, with this ecstasy we receive, this potency of the Lord. That is the new world order. That is the new, to bring that in for each and every one of us is really the real true new world order. And what you say with all the things that I've learned in my journey, you make them clearer, you make them conclusive, you make them, wow, I had that. And I learned it in the material life, but you've added to these things and lifted me out of just material way of thinking of my experiences, but deep, many angles of my experiences, going deeper and deeper. Wow. This has been my journey, as it has been everyone's here, our journey with you. And people get annoyed at us being so dedicated to you. Well, just come and experience why, because my words don't explain it to you. Come and experience why I am dedicated to my spiritual master, so much so that I am paying a debt that I am so happy to pay, because we get so much from paying this debt. Even Samantha, I don't know if you remember her, Maharaj, Samantha.
Yeah.
She came to my class because she'd kind of fallen out with me, but she came to my class the other day. She goes, "Oh my God, you sound so peaceful. She was like, "You're so peaceful," you know. And all of these things, yeah, and all of these things have happened naturally because of hearing from you, being in family, spiritual family, having a head, accepting the head, accepting what the head is saying, and receiving that. Once we accept, we allow it to go in. It's worked for me, and it keeps working for me, and it works for all the devotees here as well. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Thank you.
Yeah. I was going to say something about that. What's that? Oh, yeah. People have a hard time with like when you guys are glorifying your guru, only because they haven't met anybody that's that impressive. See, that's the problem. No, it's true. They can't believe it. They can't. Why? We never met anybody that could be that good. And you might think it's a false ego statement. No, you don't. Unless the person is actually, see, when you get a real guru, you're not just getting that guru, you're getting God. The Lord is actually using them. It's like the scriptures are really true when they're true. See, when you have a real guru, they are a vaya medium for Krishna. They are the most conclusive person you're going to ever meet in your life, unless you meet another devotee that's like that. So people can't believe, because they very rarely, in many, many lifetimes, you very rarely meet somebody like that, who is actually used by the transcendental potency, because the transcendental potency is rare in this universe. It's like finding, that gold they say is rare. Oh, this is 1,000 times more rare. This potency of finding somebody from the spiritual dimension, they might be here, but can you recognize them? Just like if a person doesn't know what gold looks like, they can come across it and they can't tell. So you got a lot of obstacles in the way, challenges, You may meet a self-realized soul, but then you don't recognize them. Just like the Lord Caitanya came with his devotees, so many devotees, and he was there, and the common people didn't recognize until he started educating. Like we're educating people now. Otherwise, they will die. These gurus, everybody I've mentioned, they will die, and their followers will die without this knowledge, because nobody I've found been teaching like this, teaching these kinds of things, these very deep truths. They say that you have to be an Uttamadhikari to understand who an Uttamadhikari is. Well, yes and no. Yes, you will understand if you're highly elevated to spirit and you know what the nature of spirit is. But if you explain this to people and the people listen to you, they can also learn. Like you guys can tell now. You can go and look at different gurus and look for the symptoms. Are they really qualified? Or can they deliver their disciples? You can ask these questions that their disciples can ask. Because that's an unaskable question. You're not supposed to be clear about that, according to Maya. It's just like, in politics, same thing. That's why that's religion, it's politics, and that's religion. This is different. This is truth. See, this is the real foundation that lasts forever. See, that doesn't. You end up getting new gurus, and the guru begets a new guru eventually till they get it right. This is the foundation. There it's flimsy still. See, it's like you go to. Yeah, go ahead, Tom. What?
Yeah, they only have these rubber stamps, approvals to go along with. Here we have more. We have results. We have ecstatic devotees. That's more a sign that it's true than those rubber stamps, that approvals.
Yeah, this is rare because you have logic and you have clarity here because of devotion. See, the cause of that clarity and that logic, that understanding, that truth is because of devotion. It's the cause, because devotion is that cause of that kind of clarity. And this is why this is better because that kind of devotion, that special gift of Lord Caitanya is very rare to be seen in this world at this time. See, so it's the cause of this clarity and this understanding. That's why I encourage people, if they come and they listen long enough, they can see that this is different than what they're hearing from devotees whose devotion hasn't been awakened, from gurus whose devotion hasn't been awakened. You know, there's a different quality to that, but you have to stay sometime, you have to study. You have to study it. You have to be purified, you know, just like you want to learn anything. It's a science. Otherwise, you'll be with, like in religion and like in politics, in the world, society, everything is unclear because of lack of real devotion. Everything is unclear. Look at the world now. Can you imagine? I was doing a Google search yesterday, or this morning actually. And I was looking on, I won't even say the name because everything is so censored. It's about that thing. Okay, I want to see what do they call the safety and the safety and the, what do you call it, the effectiveness. Okay, I wanted to do a search. I did an experiment. So I did a search, and everything was completely controlled and manipulated. And there was no logic or scientific basis for it other than programming. Programming the results coming from certain places, and only those places. Out of millions of results, only things from those places came. Everything else was called misinformation. No, just a second, Doc. Just a second. Just a second. Just write it down if you need to. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, this you touch the same point. Now I lost it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, so scientifically, it's not no real science. It's not logic. It's manipulation, control, and people, they don't get enough proper information. Devotional intelligence is the best of all because you get proper understanding, proper logic, proper everything. Go ahead, Tom. What do you want to say?
It's like they have this method of convincing us. You have to believe me because it has my stamp. It has my approval. That's the only thing they've got.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's the thing. They all gurus are doing that. ISKCON's doing that. You don't. It's not like you surrender with your intelligence. You surrender with lack of it. It's like just blindly believe. See, that's why it's called religion. See, so truth is the most wonderful thing in the world. It's actually the only thing in Kali Yuga that's solid, and so you need to hear the truth from a person who has devotional intelligence, and you're going to become more clear than the greatest scholars. You'll be more clear than like the guy, was it the Acharya Dev that goes to college and learns, gets his PhD. A student will be 100 times more clear than him. Because his intelligence is not from devotional intelligence. I can see it. You know, he would have the symptoms of having devotional intelligence. He doesn't. None of them do. Not even one that I've seen. I would say this person has the symptoms of devotional intelligence. But that's how rare it is right now. But look, you guys have symptoms of devotional intelligence. Not everybody, but many of you. You know? Some devotees still can't understand what I'm saying here. So I see they're, still need more devotional intelligence developing. I like the taste of William and David. Yeah. Okay, so can you read, what's his name? Fernando's statement there? I am new to this.
I'm new to this, and my first reaction was that I don't like this people so much. Gora Hari, and cult to personality. Now I understand that your disciples love you really a lot. And that's why they glorify you.
Yeah. You got to stay it. And the reason, see, the reason for that is this is the truth about the Lord. This is His truths. This is His path. These are His teachings. These are His concepts. See, and so if you found the real path, it'll embody all of that. So the real path says, Lord Caitanya quoted it. He says, oh, those who claim to be my direct devotees are not really my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my devotees are my real devotees. So if my disciples don't have that quality of being devoted and actually love their guru, then the two things are probably could be. One thing is the guru is not qualified. The other is the disciple's not developing at that point yet. Because if you really are and you're getting purified, the words you're hearing are going to be lovable because they're actually Krishna's words. See? That it's got to be that way. If they're not Krishna's words, conclusive understanding of Krishna coming through Guru, then you haven't found the real Krishna or the real Guru. If you found the real Guru, you found the real God, the real Krishna. See, we're two-way street. See, and if you're looking for the real Krishna, because most people don't have the love of God yet, love of Vaishnavas, the love of Krishna yet, real pure love, real prema, then the Lord sends the Guru who gives you the real Krishna, the real conclusion, and you get purified by hearing, and then the love begins to awaken pretty quick here. In devotees, you become ecstatic, you become more clear, you start to love your guru, which is natural. Why wouldn't you? What's the guru doing? You just see a body here, you see a body talking to you a lot, right? Chanting a lot. So you're actually loving the name. You're loving the names the guru is preaching. So when you get to that point, you see, yeah, I really just love my guru. In other words, if I said inconclusive things, I guarantee you wouldn't love me. You probably start hating, think, I got to get out of here, man. You start squirming. That's how it is when I listen to every one of those gurus. There hasn't been one I didn't stop squirming in some, like, oh, I gotta get out of here, man. Because this is rare to find somebody that is actually used by the transcendental potency. And if you find somebody used by the transcendental potency and teaching you the confidential truths about the transcendental potency, 1 and 1 equals what? 2. You become like that also. See, now we got 2. You got 1 and 1 equals 2. See, now I'm not alone. I got friends.
I got Terminder and Talwinder. Terminder
Yeah.
and Talwinder. Terminder and Talwinder.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah,
oh gosh, sorry, you can hear me. Sorry.
Yeah, so basically it's got to be that way. But again, because it's so rare, you think, it can't be, a lot of people, they look at ISKCON and look at all these gurus. They have some intelligence. They say, oh, look, they're just idol worshipers. They're just worshiping, it's a cult. They're worshiping, that guru is no different than anybody else. But I'll tell you, if you spend a month with them and you're intelligent, you'll see they are no different than even their disciples. Not really. When they memorize a few verses, so what? They wear a nicer dhoti. They got rubber stamps. They get them to believe that. Just like I see it no different than believing Fauci's bona fide or Bill Gates is bona fide. I see they don't really have the qualifications of real good doctors. And was it Bill Gates is not a doctor at all. I look at these guys, I say, they're not really gurus. They're not really a guru at all. They don't have the qualifications. And then I prove it with Prabhupada's books. And then, you know, what can they say? All they can do is speculate and try to create an illusion, and the weak devotees believe them, who are weakened by inconclusive truth. See? Truth will set you free. You spend 30 days here, we'll set you free with the truth, if you're ready, you know, to hear it. You want to say something, Tom? Go ahead.
They are not authorized. They are not empowered. Simple.
Yeah, well, they just have to show they have the qualifications, and I'll accept. I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, even if say the persons are qualified with ecstasy, okay, say they are, okay, and they're teaching Vaidhi, and but here the devotee is qualified with ecstasy here, right, and he's teaching how to connect and get prema in this life. Okay, what's the better place to be? With a devotee that's not teaching about prema, or who may be qualified, or with a devotee who is qualified with prema, bhakti, and the knowledge and the empowerment, and getting prema. I mean, wouldn't people want to be saved and delivered in this life? Does it make any logical sense, people coming to Krishna and not wanting to be delivered? I mean, come on, man. I mean, if you're that materially motivated and going to Krishna for some mundane boon, okay, fine, stay with these gurus. But if you're coming to Krishna to get Krishna, this is the only place I found that Krishna is really available. Krishna is only available when you have pure love for him. I mean, that's what the Shastras teach. Lord Caitanya said, you can only attain Krishna with pure love for him. Otherwise, there's no attainment. Do you gurus, any of you, have pure love for Krishna? Can you stand up? You don't have to say anything. Can you just pick up your bead bag and let me see? Let me see. Don't you be quiet, because we don't want you to appear that you're in false ego to say that you have love for Krishna. Or don't say nothing except Hare Krishna, and let me look at your eyes. Let me look at your heart. Let me look at the transformations in your body, if there are any. Well, I've been looking, I didn't see any of that in most people, most so-called devotees, most so-called gurus. So therefore, what do I got to blindly believe it? No way. Just like I wouldn't blindly believe in Fauci or Bill Gates. You know, I mean, there's so many masses of people in religion, masses of people believing in politicians and politics and governments. You know, masses everywhere, you know, that's why we deal with the fewer. I mean, God, you know, can you believe it? The masses, you know, there's 68%, about 60 to 68% of people got that, right? And some of them, many of them, the triples and quadruples. And you know why? Because the masses are controlled by mass preaching, mass narratives being the same. Religion, you stay in religion there because your gurus all got together and have the same speculations and story. And it's wrong. It's not conclusive. Therefore, you stay weak in Maya. You stay weak in believing in the world and the government, and you're dying off. Millions are dying already, and there are more. You watch after 2-3 years, you'll say, "Go Haridas, I should have listened to you before." About that. To me, it's a no-brainer, man. But I see why many people even here won't believe what I say about these things. Because if you do an internet search, it all comes up with those manipulated results. You listen to the news, they all say the same thing, and they're all lies. This is the biggest lie that's ever been told. That's why this is the greatest time. You're going to see the biggest lies ever told. biggest fibs, biggest hypocrisies. And you're going to also see the biggest truth ever told. And I see that we are the mouthpieces for that. This is called an extravaganza. Everything's extravagant. Extravagant lies, extravagant hypocrisy, really out there. Extravagant revelations about all that stuff, and extravagant revelations about the absolute truth. Right, Shamasundari? Extravaganza. The biggest Hollywood blockbuster, and we're busting Hollywood's block. We're bringing her on to the block party. Give us a word, Shamasundari. Give us a nose.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, this all nonsense with what is going on in the world, I can just admit it. It's clear, it's obvious. It was always like this. It's like those marionette, what they are saying. I see. You don't have to convince me. I don't have to use my mind. I don't have to hear. I just see the demons. I just see those. Yeah, and the people who are fighting for it or who are blocking this, and they say that it's not true, this depopulation stuff and so on. They don't know anything. They don't see anything. They just took some information, and this information is according to their in vibration, and that's why they repeat this. I know people who cannot leave their hands. They cannot leave their hands. And still they are doing second, third, fourth.
Yeah.
They cannot leave it.
No. Unbelievable, huh?
Everyone who I know who is over 50, a lot of people who I know, they end up this year with cancer. The whole families, the friends of my mom, there's so much, but they will never see. So, but I just want to say that I agree, and it's also very surprising that the devotee cannot see it. But what you can do? Okay, come back to Krishna. It's lovely. Krishna is lovely. Krishna's radio in my head, it's like 24. I found this very difficult to get back to my duties and to create something. But because I just want to, listen all the time or to talk to somebody about Krishna. And today I was listening to a replay at the morning, and then I was doing the training, and then I was like doing this push-up and crunches, and I was doing like Krishna, Radha, Krishna, Radha, and sometimes it's like so much, and just Krishna, 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 Krishna. And then I talked to him. Okay, so what's it about? You are here. I can feel you. What? It's like it feels normal. It feels like my nature. What we are going to do? You are make me unable to do my stuff. So what is about? Yeah. Because at some point, sometimes it feels like pointless. Yeah, mostly it feels like joy, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But sometimes it feels like, okay, and what's now? Yeah, but I don't panic. I'm exploring. It feels very easy, very light, very blissful. It feels like everything, You have your plans, but at one point you don't want anything because you are so satisfied.
Yeah, you'll see it'll all work out. Just to finding balance, and the Lord will help. Gradually, you'll probably start. Who knows? The Lord is a miracle worker. He does miracles. let's see what he does. Just yeah.
And today I was listening to you and I was doing my pranayama things, and then I started to chant, and I am alone at home. And it was so beautiful, so powerful. I let myself to fall, in this chanting. And it was more like screaming, like screaming in the forest when you want to find somebody. And it was beautiful experience. And it's like, it feels like I would like to do this more. But then I think, yeah, but I don't have space for this. Yeah. So it's, I love your lectures, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want to read something? You have something to read?
I can find something, yeah.
Okay. Fine. Read what you want. What do you want to read? Oh, Chaitanya. You have Chaitanya Bhagavat, perchance?
Chaitanya. Ich habe
Bhagavat?
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah, that's good.
Which
Let's see, which one? Let's see. How about? Let's see here.
Adi Madhya or?
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, let's see. How about chapter 10 in Madhya Lila?
The Lord's return to Jagannath Puri?
Yes.
Will you interrupt me and explain the verses, because I find it very attractive?
Oh, you do, huh? Okay. All right. For a bit, I'm going to go and use the bathroom and a couple things, but I'll be listening to ready to try to interrupt you.
Oh, Guru Maharaj? No. All glories to Srila Gaura Haridas, who is so solid and strong and authentic and generous in his prema performing and his prema teaching. And because he's so strong and solid and authentic and convincing and beautiful and deep, he makes us also, he allows us this experience, and all glories to him. It's beautiful. I'm thankful. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Madhya, chapter 10. Translation. Wait. Yes. I forgot. What should I read? Translation?
Yes, translation.
Okay. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is like drought, but when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on all the grains and saves them from perishing. All glories to Lord Caitanya. All glories to Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Caitanya. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed for South India, King Prataparudra called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his place. When Sarvabhauma met with the king offered him a seat with all respect and inquired about news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The king said to the Bhattacharya, I have heard that a great personality has come from Bengal and is staying at your home. I have also heard that he's very, very merciful. I've also heard that this great personality has shown you great favor. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor of arranging an interview. The Bhattacharya replied, all that you have heard is true, but as far as an interview is concerned, it is very difficult to arrange. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the renounced order and is very much detached from worldly affairs. He stays in solitary
See, that's the way you're supposed to approach. See, the king very intelligently goes to Sarvabhauma. Oh, it looks like you got the special mercy of this great personality. Now, can you arrange an interview? You'll see this theme goes through the whole book over and over and over again. That's how important Guru Tattva is. See, people try to go directly to God. You know, Lord Caitanya actually represents God, Radha and Krishna. You know, Radha and Krishna combined in one form, the highest, greatest form. See, and people, they have this tendency to go directly to the Lord. They want to be, you know, direct. Or they misunderstand, you know, like people might preach, like Prabhupada's books say you must have a guru. Then they go gurus, they get the false gurus, the ones who are not really have the special mercy that Sarvabhauma had to be an intimate associate of Lord Caitanya. They don't have that. See? So the formula only works when you follow the procedure and the formula perfectly. See? Perfection in following the formula. That's all that's needed, man. All you have to do is find the person who has the mercy of Lord Caitanya. May I say? And what are the symptoms of? They've been transformed. They have love of God, love of Krishna, love of Lord Caitanya, Gaur Prem. They have the symptoms, tears in the eyes, choking the voice. They love worshiping the Lord. They love talking about the Lord in ecstasy and conclusiveness and clarity and all kinds of beautiful things. Their speech is like a symphony because the Lord is actually using them. They actually have true intimacy with the Lord. See? Formula works every time. You find a person like that and you listen and get purified and become dedicated and your love for such a devotee awakens. You've attained Krishna because you love what they say. You love what they say. It invokes ecstatic bliss and drunkenness in you. What more? There you go. That's it. Now you represent the path. You're like a Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You receive the mercy of Lord Caitanya through the Parampara system. See, that's why such devotees first are sent, just like the Lord comes himself, or he's his representatives, that like Madhavinda Puri had this from a previous life. And now we definitely have to have this from a previous life, because who else can give such a thing? Who else can manifest ecstatic love in others unless they are actually sent? How can they even have it manifest in themselves unless they've been sent? They won't even know what it is. That's our problem now in Vaishnavism. That's our challenge that we're already overcoming. So many people are coming. Can you imagine? I got 18 people watching, 20 people today. That's a lot. Coming to hear the most oddest classes you've ever heard, man. The more different preaching. Nobody preaches like this. Nobody would dare to say these things. It has to have a special authority. Special commitment. Special ecstasy. Special happiness. See, these kinds of symptoms have to be here. See? So that's the way you approach. So anybody wants to get God, you got to go to somebody who has the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and they have the symptoms. They chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. They laugh, they cry, all these beautiful symptoms. Therefore, they are now intimate associates of the Lord. And you can become an intimate associate like that by their association and their mercy. You get the full mercy. You get mercy of Guru, and you get the mercy of Krishna. And therefore, you become ecstatic very easily, otherwise not. Otherwise, you'll die without it. This is practical. This is functional. This is the way it functions. See, this is the formula to achieve the highest goal of life, which is love of Krishna, love of God, the spiritual world. Go ahead there, young lady. Read on.
Gaurahari, I have learned from you so much. You are so beautiful. It's everything is exactly what you are saying, you know. It's I try to observe what is going on when Krishna enters, and then I'm I'm contemplating your words, you know. Just let him in, just let him in, just let him in. And slowly by slow, I feel like he controls me. But I want to say that it's true that you also control the Lord. Because in few days, I just had some real desires, you know, things I wanted to happen to me. And he delivered me everything.
Wow.
The customers, the other stuff.
Yeah. The other stuff. Ooh, sounds intriguing.
So
Yeah,
let him in.
Yeah, you know, it's like this. See, the Bhagavad Gita even says that. It says the Lord himself delivers personally to his devotees things they need, you know. And there is a story in Bhagavad Gita about that, you know, where this one devotee didn't believe it. He said, no, it can't work like that. And so he scratched out that verse, and then he scratched it out, and the Lord comes the next day, and he didn't recognize them, but he came like a simple person, cowherd boy or something, very beautiful, and goes to his devotee, and he's got this wound on his head, you know, blood's coming down, and the devotee says, "What happened to your head?" And he goes, "You know what happened," and then he walks away. So he scratched the verse. You're scratching God, you know.
It's amazing because, you know, you would think that Krishna and God is so complete and he has everything and he has better things to do. Like he could have everything, every experience. Why he should deal with you? But as soon as you let him in, he holds you in every situation, in every emotion. From my side, which tools which I've learned in my life, for me, it means that I don't have to react on anybody in this life, in this world, you know. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to anything. It's just that I feel, and when I'm with the Lord, he will give me. what I need. And I'm sure, and I trust. And I still have small fear I have right now, for example, because I'm since days, I'm only with Krishna since days. I do my work, but a little bit. And then I will not, and then sorry. So my fear is like, because I'm with Krishna and it's so delicious and it's so satisfying, and I just want to hear the conclusive, from you, and only from devotees who are conclusive. It's only attractive right now. And then I have this fear, okay, how I create my work, how I earn my money. So, but I'm holding because Krishna and you showed me how much is possible. And I see that I will manage. Krishna will deliver everything. He will surprise me more than before, but and I feel like it's a condition, because it's already changed. So yeah, okay, I will going to read. Yamuna Karuna asked, will you unblock him? No, I will not unblock Karuna.
Sorry there, Karuna.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the renounced order and is very much detached from worldly affair. He stays in solitary places and even in dreams. He does not grant interviews to a king. Still, I would have tried to arrange your interview, but he has recently left to tour to South India. The king asked, why has he left Jagannatha Puri? The Bhattacharya replied, such are the pastimes of a great personality.
Yeah, you see how the Lord, he did his pastimes externally there. If you wanted an interview, you have to go see the Lord. And then you get the interview, get ecstatic love usually. Well, you can go to other ways, but that was one way. Now the pastimes of the Lord is the same thing. You want to interview the Lord, you go to the Lord's real associate. That's here. And then you get the interview. But where does the Lord show up? Do you see any manifestation of the Lord externally? No, inside. He manifests that form inside your own heart. From turning from super soul into Lord Caitanya, that love, that devotion. Because that's what would happen if you got the interview with the Lord and he embraced you, you would start to tremble. Tears of love would start coming out of your eyes and all those things. See, that's the result, and you get the same result here. So this is why this is a pastime of Lord Caitanya. This is transcendental, what we're doing. See, anybody can come and get that same reciprocation of ecstatic devotion that king was looking for. You can get it here. Now that's pretty good news, isn't it? I don't believe. Well, come, check it out for 30 days. Maybe you'll see something amazing if you're open enough and the Krishna sees that you really want this gift. Go ahead.
Great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas and delivering many, many conditioned souls. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. A Vaishnava,
shows you that's ecstatic devotion. You don't see places of pilgrimage crying tears of ecstasy. You don't see the deity crying tears of ecstasy. Okay? But the living devotee, the Lord purifies even these places of pilgrimage, much less anything. Even an impious person or cities Wherever they're ecstatically worshiping the Lord, it becomes purified. That's why, that's why they're the greatest association in the world. Their association is worth 1,000 of these ISKCON gurus if they don't have intimacy with God. And I haven't seen anybody with symptoms of that. Their association is better than 1,000 of these politicians or Trumps or anything, any person that is not a devotee like that, intimate devotee. The most important people in the world, Maya doesn't allow you to know. The most important people in the world are invisible here. The least important people here, Maya wants you to know. They want you to associate with so that you become weakened. You stay in prison. See? And the guru, the real associate of the Lord, wants you to know who's really important in this world. What's really important in this world? And only they can tell you because of their strength of their bhakti. Okay? And then you just follow the instruction of associating with what's really important in this world. What path is really important in this world. What person is really important in the world. What persons are really important in this world. Now, man, you have big time purification, big time happiness, big time fortune and boons, and you become like Shama Sundari, a goddess of fortune. Unbelievable. Look how, she has to have the special. Women that look like her, so physically beautiful, are usually not interested at all. They're only interested in beauty parlors. But look, she wants God. That is so special mercy of the Lord is on her. Otherwise, very rare to find people like that. Or they want, go to ISKCON or some other religious thing out there so they can show off their saris, or something like that. Sari means sorry, doesn't it? Their sari means sorry. Go ahead,
Yes.
there.
Yes, Gaurahari, you are the master of bhakti indeed, and you are sharing with us your experience. And because of this, I am able to taste the Lord and a little bit know Him more than yesterday, and I hear you better and better and better. And that's why I have a question, because of you are master and you are. Yeah, you are this, you live with him. And I know that answer is yes, but I want to listen your experience. Is he surprising you again and again? Is he showing to you from another angles, from another, it's like.
Yeah. You know that. You got that. Whatever you're experiencing, I experience. That kind of stuff.
Okay, cool.
That's why preaching is from this angle, the same verse a lot of times, from this angle, that angle, another angle. Always fresh.
A Vaishnava travels to places of pilgrimage to purify them and reclaim fallen, conditioned souls. This is one of the duties of Vaishnava. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not living entity, but the supreme personality of Godhead himself. Consequently,
you see how a Vaishnava, a real one, has real bhakti, travels to places of pilgrimage to deliver fallen conditioned souls. A lot of people think they're delivered living in a holy place. They're studying the scriptures, right? Shows you it's not enough to be delivered, is it? You need a Vaishnava to come there to activate you, activate your spiritual life, activate the spirit of devotion. Otherwise, you're studying this. There's so many saintly people in Vrindavan and these holy places. But why does a Vaishnava have to go there to reclaim fallen conditioned souls? They're still fallen. Mode of goodness and being good, a lot of the good karmas, a lot of them still speak in those terms. Just like Maria, good karma. She's still good karma, good things. Do this by your works you're delivered. And most people are bewildered by this stuff. They don't know what a real Vaishnava is, a real devotee is. They deliver people like that. They're the gurus of demigods. I don't care how good you are in this world. You have to have your illusions, dissipated. Basically, you have to see that it is only the transcendental potency that delivers you. That's why a Vaishnava goes to holy places and purifies people in the mode of goodness, sannyasis and gurus and all of that. I don't have to go. Now, I'm a lazy guy. I got internet, man. I'm leveraging technology. I go all over Facebook. If anybody's willing, if any of these sannyasis are ready to be delivered and hear, they can come and hear this message. Otherwise, they stay, at that, believing that their speculations on the scriptures are going to deliver them. Their lack of ecstatic devotion that hasn't even awakened in practically everyone I've seen is going to be. They're still delivered. Sorry. That's not true. You have to evince the symptoms of ecstasy like the Bhagavatam says. Tears in the eyes, hair standing on, choking the voice, all these beautiful symptoms of bhakti. And then you're promoted to the kingdom. See, it's all by the book here. And if you don't match up with the book by your deeds, by what's going on in your temple, your bodily temple, man, you're coming back. Man, that's the law. It's the devotee's law. Yamaraj has his laws of the karma, for the karmis, the persons who are under good karma and bad karma. But the Lord has his. The Bhagavatam is the devotional book about the devotional laws. You want to go to you want to go to Vaikuntha and beyond, like Vrindavan? Well, you got to come the way that the law is. The law is you come through a real Vaishnava who delivers fallen conditioned souls. The whole game to win the game in this life is you got to identify such a Vaishnava who is delivering the universe here, or delivering anybody before them, any of their associates being delivered, and you can see their deliverance right before your own eyes. And eating a grape or two while doing it. Easy peasy. We like easy peasy, right? Are you okay there, Sundari? You seem moved a bit. What's going on?
Consequently, he is a fully independent controller. Yet, in his position as a devotee, he carries out the activities of a devotee.
See, independent controller. This is what Klaus Schwab wants. He wants to be an independent controller. He'll never make it. All of these guys, they want control over the internet, control over information, control. They're obsessed with control. See, they're out of balance. See? The Lord is a supreme independent controller, and I got good news for everybody. Become his devotee, and you become like that. You become independent of his Maya. You're not dependent on his Maya to function. You're because you've gotten the shelter, the independent controller. See, then not only that, you have a lot easier time, because you know how hard it is to control all the meetings these guys go through, all the life energy they use to try to control everything, and then it ends up futile in the long run. But the devotee surrenders to the independent controller, the Lord, and they're like independent of Maya like the Lord is. Therefore, they're happy. Then they can play like Krishna. What do you think Krishna is into? Controlling everything? He's into playing. He has his devotees of Vrindavan playing with him. Right there, Shama Sundari? We're just here to play with Krishna. In your life becoming more like that, to play with Krishna. You go to work and you have some fun with Krishna. A little bhajan, talk about Krishna. Put them in the breathing. Simple.
Yeah, I have to laugh because Krishna is doing Pilates with me. He really does, I swear.
Yeah?
Yeah. And Radha also, she needs some toning,
Ah.
Upon hearing this, the king replied, "Why did you allow him to leave? Why did you fall at his lotus? Why didn't you fall at his lotus feet and keep him here?" Sarvabhauma replied, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, and he's completely independent. Being Lord Krishna himself, he's not dependent on anyone.
Yeah, you know that. See, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya spoke a verse also when Sarvabhauma one time said, why did Ishvara Puri, your guru, keep a Sudra as a servant? And Lord Chaitanya said, Lord Krishna and my spiritual master, Ishvara Puri, are both independent. They're both independent. They are not dependent on the Vedas. They're not dependent on anything except affection. Okay? And that's a great boon for the world, because a lot of people, and they believe, and these sannyasis and these gurus believe that they are dependent, and you are dependent on your spiritual advancement, on the Vedas, and on your rules, and on your regulations, on your 1 lakh chanting out there in the Narayan Raj group, and on your 16 rounds for advancing in spiritual life. No. You're dependent on the will of the Lord and the Lord's devotee. And to hear the will of the Lord's devotee at this time, at this place, in this circumstances, is you're dependent on just developing an affectionate relationship with the devotee here. Then you're accepted by the Lord. I don't believe this. I believe you got to work for it and all that. Well, let you stay in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Samiti, or wherever you are, believing in by your works you're saved. I believe in conclusive understanding of the Vedas for deliverance. And the conclusion is the Lord and the Lord's devotees are independent and only are dependent on affection. And that affection is what delivers you into the spiritual world, because it's all based on affection. People are in Vrindavan relating to Krishna simply because they have affection for Krishna. People stay in this Sangha. You think it's only knowledge? Not strong enough. It's because of affection. Feeling. It's all about feeling. Affection. People advance in this Sangha because of study of the Vedas? No, affection. Affection for Guru and Krishna. And that's independent. You want to make spiritual advancement? Come here and become affectionate around these affectionate devotees. Develop affection for them. And then your spiritual advancement is guaranteed. Okay? Your advancement is guaranteed. And these people will be struggling, trying to work their way into the kingdom of God by their renunciations, like her guru will be working his ass off to get into the kingdom of God. And she is just making leaps and bounds just because she loves and appreciates her guru's words. See? And path and friends, people here. She likes to associate with devotees. Most of them, Yeah. So that's how it works. If people understood how easy it could be. Why do you want to do the hard way? See, all you have to do is find somebody who has the real mercy of Lord Caitanya, and that's here. We got quite a few already. They have the symptoms of liberated souls here, many. And you can't even find the symptoms of even hardly one liberated soul in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Math or Samiti. I don't care what they say. They may not like this, but prove me wrong, and none of them ever do. They wouldn't dare, because then their game is up. And they're very attached to their game, obviously. They're very attached to their reputations and their prestige, false. I like real prestige, man. You know, there's nobody more prestigious than real devotees. See, because their prestige is based on truth. Their prestige is based on conclusive truth. Their prestige is based on reality in the eyes of God and liberated souls. That's why most of the world doesn't listen to them, because people's reality or lack of it is based on illusions, based on inconclusiveness, based on inconclusive guru tattva. So many illusions. Well, you asked me to interrupt you. Am I doing all right?
Still, I endeavored very hard to keep him here, but because he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead and completely independent, I was not successful. The king said, Bhattacharya, you are the most learned and experienced person I know. Therefore, when you address Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as the truth.
See, that's why we encourage people. I encourage people, come here for 30 days at least. See if you see extraordinary intelligence coming through. See if you see extraordinary transcendental happiness called ecstatic ecstasy and rapture. See if you see extraordinary logic and clarity. Because if you do, then it's a good chance that God is coming through. Because you can compare it with those where the transcendental Lord is not coming through. Their intelligence won't be as good. Their logic won't be as good. Their clarity won't be as good. And their transcendental happiness and ecstasy won't be as good, if at all. See? And then you can say, like the king, oh, Sarvabhauma, you're the most experienced and intelligent person I know. Knowledgeable person I know. Therefore, if you say this, then I can accept. Otherwise, people are accepting people that they're less intelligent. Until you become a devotee, you're more or less intelligent in this world. Can people see that? Can you see how devotional intelligence trumps everything? Do you see how Radharani has devotional intelligence? Her intelligence comes from her deep love for Lord Caitanya. Can you see the most intelligent devotees here? They're practical. How much love they have for Guru, it shows you how intelligent they are. How much love for Krishna they got, how much revelation and realization they got. You see how it even works here in this world upon the real Guru. Why do you think St. Paul, St. John, all those persons were intelligent? Because of their devotion to Jesus, right? So if you have a bona fide guru, that's its style. And the whole problem is people don't have bona fide gurus, so therefore they think Anthropomorph says, oh, Gohari is like that. See? But we're not like that here, because those who do love their guru here, look how intelligent they are. Look how intelligent Johan is. Look how intelligent Lalita Ganga is. Look how intelligent River is. Look how intelligent Shama Sundari is. I think, do you love your guru?
Yes. I love.
That's why you have intelligence. It's just love. It's all about affection and love. See? How about, look, let's cross it. Go look at those who love their gurus out there in the big mass organizations like ISKCON and all that. How intelligent are they? I've just found it less than you guys. You guys seem to have more intelligence than what I've ascertained. I've been to India 20-something times. I've been associating with the Narayan Raj group, the ISKCON group. I was with those groups, the Radha, and I find you guys have more intelligence. And they love their gurus. My ex-wife, she, went over to those gurus and she became, to me, less intelligent. She just had the symptoms of less intelligence. You need somebody connected to Lord Caitanya truly. That's, that's where true love is, bottom line. Okay, go ahead.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returns again, I wish to see him just once in order to make my eyes perfect. Sarvabhauma replied, His Holiness Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will return very soon. I wish to have a nice place ready for him, a place solitary and peaceful. Lord Chaitanya's residence should be very much secluded and also near the temple of Jagannatha. Please consider this proposal and give me a nice place for him. The king replied, Kashi Mishara's house is exactly what you require. It's near the temple and it's very much secluded, calm and quiet. After saying this, the king became very anxious for the Lord to return.
Yeah, you see, this is the procedure. Over and over again, the Lord's teaching in different ways that by service to the Lord and the Lord's devotees, that one actually attains love of God. See, it's that service thing is very important. That's, you associate by service, by that kind of service. And so Maharaj Prataparudra was serving the Lord like that. And like other ways, he swept before the cart of Jagannath also. And he attained the mercy of the Lord that way. He got to meet the Lord in the garden because of that service. Lord Caitanya taught his devotees. He would, because his devotees had love of Krishna, he would act as an example like a person that didn't have it. He would fold their dhotis, give them Ganga water, practical things he would do for them. And he said, yeah, well, because you have love of Krishna, and I can get love of Krishna by serving. Oh, what happened here? Are we still broadcasting?
Yes.
Yeah, something happened here. This Yandex came up. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So, yeah. And so anyway, that's the way things work, is in advancing. And service here is really easy because all you have to do is come and pay attention. That's acceptable service. If you come here and just really listen, you can attain just by hearing. But you got to do some service. If you can't do at least that, how are you going to advance? You know? So coming regularly or as much as possible is really, really good. Good service. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
After saying this, the king became very anxious for the Lord to return. Sarvabhauma then went to Kashi Mishra to convey the king's desire. When Kashi Mishra heard the proposal, he said, I'm very fortunate that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord of all Prabhus, will stay at my home.
Isn't it amazing? Lord Caitanya is the Prabhu of all Prabhus. He's the master of all masters. Even Advaitacharya and Nityananda, who are actually God also, consider Lord Caitanya their master. We can't even imagine how amazing it is to have Lord Caitanya appear in this world. He's the master of all masters. Jesus can come. He's like the master of Jesus. Matter of fact, the Advaita, who is also an incarnation of God, said, there are millions of Advaitas in Lord Caitanya. See, everything is in Lord Caitanya. Lord Caitanya is the original source, love of Krishna, love of himself combined. Combined in one form. That's why he showed the worship like that. That's what we get so many benefits here. This is the place. You want benefit, man? My God. You get benefit beyond your imagination here. Because that is our Lord. That is my Lord. And that's becoming your Lord's. He's the Lord of Lords. Why wouldn't we have the most auspicious, benedictory life? That's why I say I don't come into millions of these Kali Yugas with millions of these Klaus Schwabs locking everybody down and making the most miserable thing if I can get connection with this Lord. And we have, because it's happened to be this kind of Kali Yuga, man. And we're connecting with this Prabhu of all Prabhus, masters of all masters. Whoever develops love for this in association with real devotees like this, very fortunate, man. Yeah. You know, I think I'm going to take a break. You got to go to work today, or what's happening?
I have a lot of work.
Yeah. You want to give us some parting word?
It's just everything what you are saying, it's true, and it's really require our part also. It's like, it's not like Krishna is doing and everything is doing. We need to let him in. It's like I feel like this. It's my capacity, you know, of my. It relies on my capacity of trust. It's like a process. I feel like I expand. I always had this gift of seeing my own ego, my subconscious mind, you know, like stuff like this, energy. I always had this. It's kind of way how I perceive. And right now I also feel this cleansing, you know. I feel the lessons which I'm getting, you know, to test if you are ready, if you can trust here and this and this and this. So it's just beautiful. I can just share that I am on the way of investigating, of letting God more than ever before, and not trying, because till now it's effortless since month. It's like doing with him everything, you know, taking him to the smallest activities. And sometimes I don't want, but it's like only Krishna and Krishna and Krishna and Krishna in my mind, you know. It's like Krishna, 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 Krishna all the time. It's like a radio. I'm not chanting, it chants itself. So it's funny. I hope he will let me work now.
Sounds like you're doing a fantastic job with Krishna. He's very happy with you. Tom, give us a word. Thank you there.
Whoa. Oh my God. Every time it's amazing. Even if when I expect something or I expect nothing, every time is amazing. Coming into this this effulgence, this radiation of this truth. Yes, like you said, it's this light. And Yeah. And becoming, I want to become more functional, you know. Okay, then there's light. Then I think, okay, that's Brahman effulgence, and then there is an upgrade. There is localized Paramatma realization, and there is the original. Then original Bhagavan realization. So that's how I think, and it becomes more. I'm thinking of. I want to get warm. That's just as practical. I have to move. I have to move on.
Yeah.
So that's also it's all the same direction. It's all the same attraction. Yeah, this attraction of Satchidananda, love of love of Godhead, and it becomes more and more attractive and more powerful, and more enthusiasm is more and more aliveness. This living force is more and more relishable. There's a lot of progress, yes. And I don't want to stop progressing. I don't want to stop advancing. So I'm searching for the upgrade every time, and I feel attracted to the upgrade. If there's no upgrade, there is no warmth. There's no. I have to keep moving.
Sounds like you got spiritual greed.
Yes, yes. Even I see when I'm cold. Okay, what does Krishna wants to tell me? Yes, he wants me to move, to get warm, to move on. So every single, also from these material elements, everything what is coming, I ask myself, what does Krishna want? What does he want from me? What kind of movement does he want? And I feel a lot in these recent days that there is so much quality in chanting also. Yeah, I was talking to Fanny, and she really is an example of, she remembers me how powerful this chanting is. And there is new information and new upgrades in the Sangha all the time. It's never boring. Even it's even if I feel bored, then I look at myself why I feel bored, and that's to activate myself. So every time there's a new message, a new quality, a new upgrade.
Yeah, that's how you know it's the real garden, because things are growing here, and they're growing nicely, progressively, deeply, spiritually. See, so that's Bhakti Lata Bees. It's very wonderful. It's not a mixture. It's, you just, people here, you really want love of God. That's its style. It's not love with a mixture of stuff. No, just pure love for the Lord. Very simple, wanting to associate with the Lord, and having all these revelations. Being engaged in a practical, functional relationship with the Lord. And as we're originally supposed to be. Ultimately, we're just in that thing. So it's working here. That's beautiful. Yeah. See, everybody could, you can ask yourselves, if you're in a religion, a group, say even in Vaishnavism, if you're in ISKCON or something, are you growing in the way you would consider wonderful? Are you actually getting to know, if you come to Krishna, are you getting to really know Krishna in a satisfying way? Yeah. So if the answer is no, well, there's something's off, either you or your guru, See, Bhakti Lata Bij, it's not like you could just become a guru. You just, well, I'm an ISKCON ISKCON guru, I was voted and everything. Yeah, do you carry the real bhakti, the seed that Krishna awakens and grows in you? See, otherwise, what are you doing in coming to Krishna? If your leader can't implant bhakti lad bij in you, the seed of affection and attraction to the Lord Himself, it doesn't make sense. It's like your guru must have bhakti lada bij. They have to have the seed of devotion. They have to actually their love of God. You know how a fruit is ripe, right? Flower is ripe, and inside the fruit are seeds. See, and the seeds drop to the ground and grow more trees. See, if you're a spiritual master without that awakening of pure love of Krishna, how can your seeds go out and drop in the earth of your disciples and sprout love of Krishna? It doesn't even make sense, not even logical. Lord Caitanya made devotees because he had the fruit of love of God, and the seeds went out as bhakti lada seed. See, the seed, Jani Api seed, throughout the seed. It's just common sense, actually. Who's got the fruit of worship of Krishna? The fruit of worship of Krishna is chapter 23 of Madhya Lila. Life's ultimate goal, love of Krishna, love of God. Who's got that? Because from that person, seeds will come out as bhakti lada bij, or bhakti lada seed, into the hearts of people who are listening, hearing from them, dedicating their lives to this path, because you get inspiration, it's inspiring you to do so. Where else can you get such freedom? This is real freedom. This is sovereignty, is in the most freest, independent personality of Godhead. That's where freedom is. Freedom in understanding perfectly everything as it is. Isn't that freedom? If you believe in lies, how free are you? If you believe in hypocrisy, how free are you? But if you believe in the truth of who and what is a real guru, the truth and what is real love, true love, what is real, all these truths, what is the real nature of Krishna? Boy, you're going to be solid, man. And very happy. Talk about peace. Yeah. So that's the essence. Again, the essence is find your way back home. You got to go find the narrow gate. Find the door, man. You got to get the door. The door is the person who has love of God, and it's fructified, and the seeds go out to you, man. If you come and you face that kind of personality, associate with them, hear from them, serve them by hearing from them. The seed goes right out into your heart, man. It starts to sprout. What? Bhakti, devotion, love, tears, purification, everything. The seed grows into sprouts, and then gets leaves, and then becomes a trunk on there, and then more branches. See, and then people come and see you, and they say, "Well, where'd you get connected?" "Yeah, I got connected through the line, man. Yeah, my guru's passed away, but now I'm here to teach what he told me." And then they get connected to the tree through the branch, and sub-branches and more branches. As long as there's life on the branch, it's got to be that real bhakti. This is why it's so rare here. I find it rare to see where the real associates of Lord Caitanya are manifesting. Because if they're here, they have great revelation, the best. Great ecstasy, the best. So much so that people are, what's going on with them? Can you imagine gurus and Vaishnavas? What's going on with Gaurahari and his friends? What's going on? Those are your gurus, man. Come on, man. Jeep Jago, for God's sake. What's going on is called love of Krishna, life's ultimate goal. What's going on is big time happiness, big time truth clarity and logic, happiness of knowing that you found home forever. And filling up your boat with all kinds of people who want to cross the ocean of illusion. That's what's going on here. What do you got to say there, River? Give us the last parting words.
I can't begin to share with everyone, and people here know because they've been through it. What you have given us, and I keep saying it. I was always been attracted to lecturers, professors, a lot older people than me. I hung around with people who were 80 years old, 70 years old, all the time. And I know I was looking for somebody like you. I know I was looking because we think that we're brought up to think, you know, people who are the older people, they're the wise people. They're the ones that have the knowledge. You know, that's what we're kind of taught. And it's true, actually, because we're looking for spending time with people a lot older than me all my life. And looking for this knowledge, higher knowledge, Maharaj. And always spending time. I'd go to my lecturer, my professor, I'd sit with him because it was boring. It was more interesting with him. So I was looking for something higher, always looking for something, and nothing ever cut it. This has just done it. This has just done everything in every area. You know, the way it's kind of, I think Lalita used the word sucking us out of the material world, just kind of, you know, taking that attachment away. That is happening in all areas, you know, and I can't explain it completely, but you can see it in my growth, you know, that it's changing, evolving. You can see that in my growth. You know, I wanted to grow. I'm not going anywhere. This is where we can truly grow. I find that people who haven't grown, you know, they kind of pull you down if you let them kind of, I kind of want to be with devotees everywhere. So we can be always lifting each other everywhere. It's kind of a dream of mine, and it's happening slowly. Really, really slowly. So you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere and speak about Krishna anywhere and be in that potency always. You know, here is happening. We have a place now. We are so fortunate. We're so lucky. And wow, I can see my growth. Krishna shows me. I can see the growth of other devotees just being here in this association, hearing to your vibration as the head of this Sangha, and actually growing with that potency. You know, there you go. It's great, Maharaj. It's really, really wonderful want to be safe in yourself, to be safe in who you are, to feel shelter. And even if you say something, Krishna's like, they're going, it's okay. You said it. It's okay. And he's there, like Shama said, he gives you things when you need them. I was just talking to Karuna about how Krishna, when you, and you've done it for so long, Maharaj, when you're talking from your heart and a verse comes, boom, this verse comes to just show what you're explaining, to meet with the scriptures. And it's all round, encompassing everything in all directions of Krishna for us now. We're like him. We're part and parcel of the Lord. We are receiving our inheritance through you. We are receiving our inheritance through you. And we have it now, and we can take it with us, more of it. I'm sure it'll be more. Great as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Lord Caitanya appointed instructors to his devotees. And that's why that's why he wants to show the principle. He'll speak through his appointed representative. That's why you can't imitate such position. You have to, you know, the Lord has provided an instructor for you guys. And you can tell, you know, the Lord's empowering this guy, you know, as idiotic as he seems half the time. Still, there's an empowerment there. You know, something that makes the things work nicely. You know, the growth is happening. You know, it's not like, you know, things are not, you know, things are not being destroyed in this garden. They're growing, you know, and the weeds are getting weeded out. You know, it's like gardens have weeds sometimes, you know, we're weeding the garden and things goes nice and straight. Okay, let's go. I'll see you guys later. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Thank
for
you,
coming.
Shama, Tom, devotees, Maharaj. Bye bye.